Thank you for joining our online reading session of the book The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vikasa Swami Namah Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Guru Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtavan Jo Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Gom Garati Vachalam Gangayati Mitra Padma Mudde Shri Guru Nityananda Paramahansa Shri Chaitanya Guruve Gaura Chandra Madhika Etadari Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Akisha Singh Sanskrit. यस्य देवे परा भक्तिर् यथा देवे तथा गुरु तस्येति कथितानि अर्था प्रकाशन्ते वा योऽन्त प्रविश्य माचमं प्रसिद्धां सजीवयते किल शक्तिधरस्सुधां जास्तचरन् निज गुरु हरिवाण्या कृष्ण चित्तो तो वचन सुखातो वचन samsaksh. So we are reading till today till 7:55 only, because the Zoom meeting is scheduled for other session as well, so they need to join at 8 o'clock. So I was requested to stop at 7:55. Is it okay? Okay. Okay, Shyam Sarup Prabhu, you can start.
Okay, Prabhu, Krishna. Diorama exhibitions. Being confident that diorama projects would make our preaching successful all over the world and would garner much respect, Srila Prabhupada was sure that if we make doll exhibitions very prominent, many tourists and visitors will throng to our temples. And therefore, everywhere in every branch, see how many tourists we will attract. We want to display doll exhibitions in every center of our society, depicting some narration from Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, like that. Just like the picture where Arjuna's chariot is placed by Krishna between the groups of two soldiers. The pictures are already there in our books and they are to be demonstrated by doll exhibition. Iterating that we have to make these doll displays for all of our temples all over the world on all different subject matters from the scriptures. Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada went as far as saying, there is no need of reading books. They will see and understand Bhagavata. And he gave some ideas about how much exhibitions could portray the philosophy given in Shastra. Depiction of urine and stool being tested in a laboratory with somebody asking, here is a dead man, why don't you test the urine and stool of this dead man and give him an injection to revive him? Attempting to cross the ocean by holding the tail of a swimming dog, compared to trying for liberation by any means other than taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To be saved from the ocean of birth and death, taking shelter of Krishna, not of a dog's tail. Stating that these dioramas are living books and that modern men will understand Srimad Bhagavatam by a display of dolls, Srila Prabhupada explained. Without reading books, they will understand the philosophy. The mass of people without education will understand the philosophy. From Bhagavatam, You can make hundreds and thousands of doll exhibits. Each stanza of Bhagavatam will give you ideas of dolls. The karmis can be exhibited. Dharmasya hyapavargyasya. This shloka can be explained what is the meaning of religion by doll exhibitions. With the confidence that this would make our preaching successful all over all over the world, Srila Prabhupada especially noted the importance of this program in the West. It is a very nice way of attracting all people, especially in the West. And if it is carefully done, at least in the Western countries, it will be a very, very wonderful thing. Upon receiving a letter regarding a proposed diorama exhibition in Washington, D.C., envisaged to attract the attention of some of the world's greatest leaders and dignitaries, and for which Ambarish Das was willing to spend millions of dollars, Srila Prabhupada effused. This will be recognized by the government and everyone. You will do more than Columbus. In Washington, in different compartments, a different explanation A different explanation of Bhagavata Shloka by dolls will attract millions of people to see. During the same exchange, Srila Prabhupada was also informed of the completion of FATE, the first American theistic exhibition in Los Angeles, and he solidly approved plans for constructing traveling trailers to take the changing bodies, samsara diorama on tour. And when told about Disney World in Orlando, Srila Prabhupada said, we should also have a place like that. It should be called Vaikuntha World. The idea for doll exhibits came from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, who spent lavishly on them. Following this example, when Srila Prabhupada was told that the diorama exhibition proposed for ISKCON Los Angeles would cost the BBT hundreds of thousands of dollars, he replied, money is no object, spare no expense. No matter what it costs, you must do it.
Okay, Prabhu.
Correspondence. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Paramatmananda Prabhu, you can read Paramatmananda.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Prabhu.
Pranam.
Correspondence, mail order, and newsletters. From 1969 to 1980, Swarup Das served in and developed the mail order program, which fulfilled back to Godhead subscriptions, delivered thousands of books and also japa beads, devotional records, and other paraphernalia to interested people, and generated considerable income for the movement. Moreover, by this ongoing correspondence with scores of people throughout the world, and by taking the trouble to explain to them about Krishna consciousness and encouraging them along the path, Swarup won many lifelong friends for Srila Prabhupada's mission, and some joined as full-time devotees. In 1975, he established a membership program for regular contacts, which generated more income and friendship. After initially checking and approving Swarup's mails for philosophic correctness, Srila Prabhupada continued to encourage him in this service. From Los Angeles, Swarup also sent out a monthly newsletter as part of the membership program that he had inaugurated there. For Bombay, Srila Prabhupada instructed that a monthly newsletter be sent to the life members, informing them of developments in the movement so they don't think we are dead. Accordingly, devotees there developed a regular local publication with news, announcements, advertisement, and the society's yearly audited accounts. Hare Krishna dolls. In September 1976, Srila Prabhupada proposed to his disciple Dhananjaya Das that he develop a business of producing deities of Gaur Nitai and Radha Krishna, small figures that could be sold to the public. The idea was that after selling a book, devotees could offer these Hare Krishna dolls, telling potential customers that if looked after nicely, they could fulfill all desires. Mm. Gradually, some customers would inquire from devotees how to care for these dolls. Srila Prabhupada said, I want to introduce in every family, if they do not worship, let them keep a dolls keep as dolls. That will also give them inspiration. Later, to another disciple who proposed to sell Gaurnita deities in America, Srila Prabhupada was similarly encouraging, although he specified to not at that time introduce Radha Krishna. If you do this, it will be great service. Great service. They can take Gaurnita at home. So let them offer vegetarian food to Gaurnita and then take it. If you can introduce home to home, it will be great service. At least if they see and chant Hare Krishna, that will make them quickly advanced in spiritual consciousness. Very quickly. There is no offense. He does not take any offenses. Whatever little service they do, it is accepted by Gaurnitai. Papi tapi joto chilo hori name uddharilo. So if you can do this, it will be very nice. Let them at least keep Gaur Nitai there in their room. They will see. That will be benefit. And if they offer a little respect and offer prasad and chant Hare Krishna, oh, then what to say? It will be very nice. These two things will make them advance very quickly in spiritual life. Otherwise, if they simply see the Gaur Nitai pair, they will advance. From the little documentation available, it appears that Srila Prabhupada envisioned this program largely for the West, making sannyasis. In an extreme case of experimenting and doing the needful, Srila Prabhupada awarded sannyas to young men with no grounding in Vedic culture, whom he had only just rescued from abominable lives as meat eaters, drunkards, and woman hunters who performed all kinds of sinful activities. He explained, for preaching work, sannyasis are essential, and hence we require so many sannyasis. People are suffering all over the world for want of Krishna consciousness, stating that I have made sannyasis for this purpose, to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Srila Prabhupada expected that his sannyasis would be self reliant and heroic missionaries ready to go anywhere and everywhere and to sacrifice personal desires and comfort for the purpose of distributing Krishna's holy names and to convince people to become devotees. Srila Prabhupada wanted Srila Prabhupada wanted to make some sannyasis to do what I am doing. And accordingly, his sannyasis contributed largely to ISKCON's expansion by opening new temples around the world, convincing many persons to become devotees, publishing and distributing Prabhupada's books, or organizing festivals and public chanting, lecturing at universities, establishing centers in holy places in India, developing farm communities, and supervising ISKCON's management. Repeatedly, Srila Prabhupada stated that sannyasis should travel with the aim to create more sannyasis to lecture on our philosophy. Srila Prabhupada wanted very many swamis to take up this job of traveling and preaching. Specifically, that many sannyasis would travel widely in the Western countries and preach to the young people, especially in the schools and colleges, and spread our Krishna philosophy in these places. Sannyasa means they should travel extensively, create new centers and new devotees. That is sannyasa business. Also, they can create life members. Sannyasi means to travel and preach the message of Krishna all over the world. I have already awarded sannyasa to some of my students, and they have very important duties to perform in this connection. The sannyasis will travel to our different centers for preaching purposes as well as enlightening the members of the center for spiritual advancement. The sannyasis will suggest for opening new centers in suitable places, and the GBC will take actions on it. At one sannyasa initiation, Srila Prabhupada outlined the duties of a sannyasi as an itinerant preacher and stated his desire that his sannyasis advance to the Paramhamsa stage and have spiritual children, that is, disciples. Itinerant preacher means, Prabhu?
I think traveling, itinerary, itinerary means
Oh,
have
yes,
a
yes,
plan for
yes.
traveling. So like that, it comes
Okay.
from that word. Means
Mhm.
he roams and he roams around and then preaches. He stays for 3 days
Okay.
in one place, goes to another place like that.
Okay. Hmm. The second stage of a sannyasi is Paribrajakacharya. This means to travel and preach the glories of the Lord. Okay. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has exemplified and as our spiritual master has exemplified, simply travel and preach depending on Krishna for all material arrangements. Not worrying much about bodily care, food, or shelter, but simply worrying about how to preach. Mad after preaching, reaching to as many people as possible, distributing literatures, traveling, distributing prasad, so many things. This is Paribrajakacharya. Our sannyasis can begin there. And then there is the Paramhamsa stage. When one becomes a little advanced and purified by this process, he can take some disciples and help this family of the holy name grow all over the world. We must have spiritual children. In order to do that, we must be potent and pure, and we must push on this movement purely so that our offspring, our spiritual children, will be strong and grow up to be better preachers and travel farther than we. However, traveling was not compulsory for sannyasis. If needed, they should be ready to stay in one place. You are a sannyasi, but if you have to stay there for some time to manage, that is alright. Sannyasi simply means to do as I am doing, and sometimes I have to manage, sometimes cook, sometimes go to the bank, keep the money, write books, chant, preach in the class, keep accounts. Sannyasi should be expert in every department.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Shamsaru Prabhu, you can start again. No problem.
Okay, Prabhu. Life membership. Desiring to secure a solid financial basis for ISKCON's preaching activities in India, in 1970, Srila Prabhupada conceived the Life Membership Program with the aim to approach respectable gentlemen to become life members. So many big lawyers, doctors, government ministers, and professional men are there in Delhi. I think more than any other city of India, and they are all intelligent men. they can be easily recruited for life membership simply by showing the books and requesting them to kindly help us in this way. So make many life members among this class of men. That will be your great contribution. The benefits that life members were to receive. We have introduced a life membership program in India for the purpose of giving the intelligent men in the society an opportunity to help push on this great movement of pure Vedic culture. Our members receive all our books printed to date. Bhagavad Gita in 1000-page edition, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Shri Ishopanishad, Srimad Bhagavatam to be completed in 60 volumes, and other books totaling about 20. They also receive any book which will be printed in the future, as well as a lifetime subscription to Back to Godhead magazine. Any of our life members and their immediate families are permitted to stay in any of our 100 temples anywhere in the world free of charge for as long as they like. All this for a fixed donation. Some later modifications, they could stay in the guest room without any charges for 3 days. And nowadays, we are not giving books free. First, when becoming a member, they receive 5 large books, but after that, they must pay for future books. Envisaging that millions of life members can be made, Srila Prabhupada saw the life member program in India as the process of peaceful penetration, the support of our movement as a means to very quickly expand our society, and indeed as a necessity. We want some life members, otherwise, how can we conduct this institution? Enrolling a life member is almost the same as converting him. Actually, this making life members is the certain sign that our preaching work is successful. If somebody pays us, that is almost the same as converting him. So, the more life members that you make in Delhi, the more I can understand that your preaching work is very pleasing to Krishna. Indeed, Srila Prabhupada stated that the next best thing to making a devotee is making a life member. Although meant for fundraising, making life members should not be only for money making. They should know that it is for their benefit we are making them life members, not for our benefit. And that should be the motive. We should deal with them so that they may develop their Krishna consciousness. If you simply make it a point to somehow or other take some money from them and let them go to hell, that is transcendental fraud. Becoming a life member was meant to be a first step. Srila Prabhupada wanted life members to understand and broadcast the philosophy in the books they received and to cooperate with and work for this movement. You have become our life member. Try to broadcast the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. That is the meaning of membership. We have got so many books. At least thoroughly study Bhagavad Gita as it is. Understand the philosophy of life, apply it in your own life, and try to spread among friends. To the members of the JC's charitable group in Ranchi, a city in India, who had inquired about life membership, Srila Prabhupada clarified. Becoming a life member of this movement is not the necessary thing. Life membership is a side issue. We want people like you to cooperate with this movement. We want you to work for this movement. This is essential. You must know the philosophy and try to cooperate. Money is not an important thing. Money is not an important thing. Money is sent by Krishna. Unless one understands the philosophy that the human life is meant for understanding Krishna, then simply a group of men such as you propose of the JCs, this will not help us. We have to impress upon all men the importance of this movement. Therefore, people should be given the chance to somehow or other hear the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. My suggestion is that some of the intelligent men of Ranchi stay here with me and try to understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Then it will be easier for you to start a center there. So you are invited to come, and one who cooperates with this movement, he is the real life member.
Prabhupada gave the whole understanding about what a life member is all about and what is it. And it is topsy-turvy now, fully. Okay.
They don't give rooms, Prabhu.
Room is nothing, but the thing is, there's so much philosophical understanding is required before making members, after making members, and all those things. But anyhow, yeah, please. We don't have time to speak.
Yes. Summing up the advantages of this program for the Krishna consciousness movement, this membership program is so important that we get money, sympathizers, and push on our mission of distributing books all simultaneously. The potential of this program. By distributing our books and literatures through this program of life membership, our institution can become greater and greater all over the world. Shyamasundara Dasa commented on Srila Prabhupada's acuity in introducing this initiative. The Life Member program was Prabhupada's perfect idea for spreading Krishna consciousness in India. In America and Europe, Sankirtana in public places was an effective means for distributing literature, collecting funds, and spreading Krishna philosophy. But in India, the streets were lined with unkempt, begging sadhus, and Prabhupada did not want us to be compared with them. India was a top down society. Whatever the leader did, the rest of the population seemed to follow. And 1,111 rupees was lot of a money in a country where per capita income was about 1,000 rupees a year. So we started at the top. But life membership was not limited to India or Indians. This membership program is so nice that you can make members all over the world. Srila Prabhupada wrote Devotees in America. For book distribution, our life membership program has been very successful here in India, and we want to initiate this program wholeheartedly in all our centers. So you should certainly try to make life members also. The program has become so successful here in India, and I am sure that it will become even more successful in USA. I think the same program may be vigorously introduced in your country, and that will be a great success. For distributing our books, we have initiated the Life Membership Program. This program has been very successful here in India. If you can develop it nicely, there in San Diego, it will be a great asset to your preaching work. Try also and make the parents of our devotees into life members. That will help our movement. Rebutting the idea that life membership is unsuitable for America, so far as life membership is concerned, what is this time and circumstance of USA? To become a life member means a person has become sympathetic. They should simply be convinced of the importance of our movement, and that is done according to your activity. In some newspaper clippings, I have read about our devotees. These are good men, and we want more men like this in our community. That is certainly a good impression. They are sympathetic, and so for them to become our life member is not difficult. Originally, Srila Prabhupada's plan was to have various levels of membership. First, in India, October 1970, Life member receives all our books thus far published, as well as all future publications, as well as a lifetime subscription to BTG. He is also free to visit any of our temples, take prasada, and stay there if he likes. Price is 1111 rupees, 7.5 rupees per dollar. B. Donor member receives all our literature thus far published, as well as a lifetime subscription to BTG. Price is 555 rupees. C. Subscription member receives a lifetime subscription to BTG. Price is 222 rupees. D. Common member receives a 1 year subscription to BTG. Price is 33 rupees. Shortly thereafter, the scheme was proposed for America also. According to purchasing power, set the figure for life membership at $1,111, donor membership at $555, and subscriber membership at $222. An ordinary member should pay only $5,
When you're
which
reading,
covers.
when you're reading these dollars, you should
Uh-huh.
read like this. According to purchasing power, set the figure for life membership at $1,111. Donor membership at $555, and subscription
Okay.
members is $222. We
Okay.
don't read like for example rupees 222. We don't read rupees 2000. We
Uh-huh.
read as 2000 rupees. The same like we have
Uh-huh.
to read like an ordinary member should pay only $5, which covers
Mhm.
a 1 year subscription to our magazine. So $1, you have to read like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The purpose behind it. There are 4 divisions of members: life member, donor member, subscriber member, and common member. So any membership will make the any membership will make the people sympathetic to our movement, and it will be a stride toward our progressive march. Specifically, we have introduced our membership program so that we can go on distributing these literatures. Persons who cannot directly take to Krishna consciousness can link with this movement by becoming members. Our mission is to teach that you are simply wasting your time. Take to Krishna consciousness. That is his only business. And next business is those who cannot directly take to it should be helping this movement. Therefore, we go door to door to connect them, to be linked up with this movement, life member, this member, that member.
Papa, they had such a business plan. What a plan! Nobody can have like this. Every person can be engaged. All Prabhupada could have engaged all over the world. Everybody. Uh, what a plan! Yeah.
However, before long, other membership drives were stopped, and only life membership remained. Giriraja Swami explained why. We were approaching affluent members of society, and they knew they had to give something. But when they saw the cheaper options, they went for those, even though they could have afforded to become life members. So we decided to eliminate the cheaper options.
It happens. Yes.
Should I continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, we will stop at 7:55.
Okay,
Still 4 minutes is there. Yes.
okay. Lecturing. Lecturing by devotees is aimed at 2 categories of hearers: devotees and non devotees. Considering that Shravana, hearing the message of Godhead, is so central to devotional service, and that formally explaining Krishna consciousness to non devotees in classrooms, at public programs, etc., is a major method of preaching. It follows that many devotees are required to expertly present the signs of Krishna consciousness to both types of people. By regularly lecturing, usually at least once daily, Srila Prabhupada set the parampara example of formally expounding the message of Krishna consciousness. He instituted daily temple classes based on Shastra, particularly Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and wanted his disciples to become competent in delivering talks both in temple settings and in outside functions. He specifically stated, "My disciples should all become good preachers, and a major purpose of Gurukula was to create fluent speakers in Srimad Bhagavatam." From a letter encouraging a devotee gifted with oratorial ability. With your speaking talents, there is so much valuable preaching work that you will have the opportunity to do for relieving the burden of suffering humanity. So, more and more, try to develop this skill. Such able speakers as yourself are a great boon to spreading this movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In another letter, Srila Prabhupada expressed much pleasure in a disciple's commitment to lecturing. I have understood that you are giving lectures in the temple. Somebody must speak, and you have taken the task. I offer you my thanks. You are an elder disciple, and you have heard what I am speaking. So you should just speak what you have heard, and it will have potent effect. This is the power of the parampara, disciplic succession. You must be prepared to meet all opposition because practically everyone is a Mayavadi. They do not have faith in Krishna's words in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore,
Okay.
we have
See, Prabhupada is saying that everybody is a Mayavadi.
Mayavadi.
So the thing is, I just want to tell one thing. When I newly came to Krishna consciousness, when I told this word Mayavadi, I was surprised that the devotee told me you should not say this word, Prabhu, because we don't know what is going on in their heart. He used to say that
Mhm.
they may be devotees inside, but they may be acting outside. It is not like that. Okay, I'll speak tomorrow, not now. Okay, Prabhu, continue.
Mm. Therefore, we have a great responsibility to present Krishna's words without any change. Please do the needful. Your speaking should be continued. It
I
is
think we'll stop here.
7:50. Yeah.
We will stop here. We'll speak tomorrow from here. Okay, just a second. Mhm. Okay, you can read that particular line.
Okay, Prabhu.
Lecturing can be done.
Lecturing can be done at all kinds of venues. You can go to the jail and lecture about Krishna consciousness and the values of life. And the same can be done in the mental hospital as well. Preaching at these and other big institutions is a solid work, so try to increase this activity.
Okay, we will start reading from here. So we'll stop here and meet tomorrow. Sorry, I was announced that I was told that we'll stop. We should stop here. This Zoom has another meeting, so they will have to start at 8 o'clock. So we have to give some buffering time. So that's why I give. So we'll meet tomorrow at 7:50. Until then, thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarubhesya कृपासिद्धेभ्यो पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गणेश भक्ति विकास की जय, and the mode and mission of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is one devotee who came newly, Versha, somebody, I don't know. I
Hare
wanted to
Krishna,
introduce
Prabhuji Pranam.
Pranam. I didn't had time, Mataji. I'm very sorry. But please attend daily. Try to come, and you'll have good material to read. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.